Hello, Facebook. Hello, Scrabble family.
Hello, Scrabblers.
We are here at the 2017 North American Scrabble Championship. I am Josh Greenway. I am joined by the 2014 winner of this event, Conrad Bassett-Bouchard. Conrad, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm awake. We're good.
That's good. So we are here for a very particular reason. We are providing social media coverage for the event. And what we're doing tonight is a little bit special. We are doing a live broadcast. What are we talking about tonight? We're updating people on what's going on.
We're going to talk Scrabble. We're going to talk about how day one went here in New Orleans. And we're going to see how things have been and see how everyone's doing.
We're going to be joined by two special guests. Number one is going to be our standings correspondent, Mike Gincel. He's going to be joining us in just a little bit to give a rundown on where every division is. And then we've got a feature interview tonight.
We've got the director of this entire show. We got Art Moore, big fan favorite, and we're going to hear a little bit about how what it takes to run this thing.
That's what I'm really excited about, because this is Art Moore's. This is the first national under Art. The last 5 maybe were under Dallas.
Yeah, big shoes to fill, but
absolutely. So I want to hear what his approach is about, and let's see. So it's day one of a 31-game tournament. 7 games were played today. It's just recently concluded. What's on the agenda for tonight?
So tonight, all the kids are going to get together. They're going to play board games and eat pizza, which, sounds pretty cool. And after that, there's going to be the yearly trivia night, which my team is going to win.
All right. Well, so this is interesting. So I never play the trivia. Like, I've, kind of come in midway through the trivia. I don't like trivia all that much. Tell me what you think. Like, you're all excited. Your team's going to win. What is it about trivia that you like?
Well, in this case, I was actually just asked to join a team randomly last year, and for some reason they asked me to come back, even though I didn't really contribute all that much. But I played Quiz Bowl in high school, and we got to go to Quiz Bowl Nationals, and I don't know, I love geography and sports, and I love this because there's Scrabble trivia, which I'd like to think I'm pretty good at. So
that's awesome. And what I find really interesting about the Scrabble community is there's this overlap with sort of the trivia community. So you have Quiz Bowl experience. We have players who have been multi-day winners on Jeopardy. We've got Jason Keller, who's just walking by right now, who is one of the top 10 all-time money winners on Jeopardy. Is that true? I think that's true. It's close.
He won, I think, 218 or 200.
It's really amazing. Was that including the Tournament of Champions? I don't know. Yeah. But he certainly did very, very well.
Yeah.
And so I always think if I go to the trivia contest, I'm going to be on a team that doesn't have Jason Keller on it, and then there's no chance for me to win. So does your team have Jason Keller on it?
It does not, but we've got Sal Piro, who was one of the defending champs from last year. We have Judy Cole, who has been on Jeopardy, and a couple of other just, fantastic trivia superstars who know a lot of stuff and make me look like kind of a fool, which is not wrong, but
That's amazing. I didn't even know Judy was on Jeopardy. I already love Judy Cole and get a chance to work with her on a bunch of different projects, but now that I know she was on Jeopardy, that just takes it a few notches higher.
And she was the NASPA Player of the Year last year? Was that the Rose Award? Okay,
the Rose Award.
Yeah.
And what is the definition of the Rose Award?
I believe that is an award dedicated to the female Scrabble player who is, the best contributor to our game. It's named after Rose Kreisworth. I'm not sure if I pronounced her name right, but she's one of the top female Scrabble players in the history of our game. And so it's one of the most important awards we give out every year in her honor.
It's a mix of fierce determination, but also sportsmanship.
Yeah, it's contribution to the game. I mean, in Judy's case, she's just as one of the social media people and someone who's just always on top of everything that's going on in the community and making sure we're all aware of it.
And Judy does much more than just social media.
Yeah.
She's on multiple committees. She knows where all the bodies are buried. and she's a real star contributor, an important person in our organization.
Yeah.
So, in case you don't know, we've got our logo back here. The show is called NASPA Tonight, and I wanted to bring up what the organization is. NASPA stands for North American Scrabble Players Association, and there are about 2,500 active Scrabble players across Canada and the U.S. who play this game, this competitive Scrabble, and we all love it. And we're always looking for other people to come on, give it a try, and go from there.
Yeah.
So, listen, before we get to today's standings, Conrad, you won this event in 2014. You cashed a very big check. You told me you blew through that on frivolous expenses. And tell me about what your Scrabble journey has been like. Was it a couple of dinners you blew the 10 grand on?
No, I just had a period of fun employment where I just kind of lived. I just moved to Portland, Oregon. Right after that, I moved into a house with 3 other Scrabble players. And so I just figured, I would just live life for a little bit and just hang out. And it lasted quite a while. I still had some money in the bank when I went and got another job. But really just kind of chilling, having some fun with it.
Fantastic. Well, it's going to be really exciting. 4 days from now, we are going to crown a new Scrabble champion for 2017. I think now's the time to take a look at how everybody did in day 1. Yeah. So, Conrad, thanks very much.
Yeah.
We're going to be hearing from you. We're going to be hearing from me as the days go forward. Make sure you like the NASPA Scrabble page. If you're, it's facebook.com/NASPA Scrabble. That's where all the social media content is going to be. That's the home of NASPA Tonight. And thanks so much, buddy. I look forward to
see you tomorrow.
Working with you over the next few days. And now we are going to bring in the one, the only Mike Gincel. Come on, Mike, get in here.
Yay. All right. Hello, Scrabble people.
Mike, introduce yourself.
Do I really need an introduction? Just kidding. Hi there, Mike Gincel here, Collins 2 player from Orlando, Florida. Also part of the social media committee here with the NASPA event. We're glad to have you here today. We're doing a recap of day 1's events here. I got my special reading glasses on so we can take a look at who's been doing well in our first day. Very early on, we still have 24 days left. 24 games.
Yeah.
We'd be here for a long
time.
Oh
my God! If
days.
it was 24 days,
24 games,
that would
remaining.
be crazy. And before we get into the standings, I just want to say thanks for coming on the broadcast.
Thank you.
I think you're a guy who's got a lot of passion and a lot of energy, and I just appreciate you being here and stepping up and getting onto the live broadcasting here.
Well, I appreciate the special guest correspondent slot also. What you do is phenomenal, and if I can only add just a little bit, a teaspoon of sass and talent, then my job here is done.
Yeah, well, all right, people. I'm going to say to Mike, turn up that sass meter to 11, and let's go through some standings. Where do you want to start? What division are we going to start with?
Let's start with, of course, the big money dog, Division 1. We knew Nigel Richards came in first seed by almost 100 points in rating. We thought he would be, a fast contender. A lot of people thought he was a fast contender. Nigel, unfortunately, did not have a good day 1 compared to the rest of the field. He is actually, I believe, 4-2 and in 13th place. Nope, he is in 16th, 4-2 plus 365. And we do have our top 3, which is a very surprising top 3, actually.
Gotcha. Well, before we get in there, in case you don't know, Nigel Richards is generally considered the best Scrabble player in the world. He's won this event, I think it's 5 times, or certainly 4 times in a row as of a few years ago.
I played him actually round 1 of our Niagara Falls tournament in May. It was an honor and a half to play him, and it was quite scary. So, yes, Nigel has won in French. He's won the World. He's won the U.S. Nationals 5 or 6 times. So he is, of course, the odds-on favorite in Division 1 in our TWL, which just stands for, of course, the word list, or truncated word list, I believe. So he was the odds-on favorite, but right now he is not even in the top 15, but plenty of tournament left to play for Nigel to make a comeback.
Absolutely. So now that we've talked about Nigel, we can put Nigel to the side. Let's talk about who is currently leading in Division 1.
Here we go. Okay, so in Division 1, we have a 5-way tie for first place for 6-1.
Wow.
That's right. But what ties are broken in Scrabble are by the spread. Right now in first place, we have Alex Sajoham from Linwood, Washington, who is 6-1 plus 617. I actually met Alec last night or 2 nights ago in the lobby. He's about 14, I want to say 14 to 16 years old approximately, give or take. Very nice guy, very funny. Is very passionate about the game, so very excited to see him in first place. We have Ben Schombrun from Ardsley, New York, 6-1 plus 583. Actually, speaking of Alec, Alec's right over there. I see Alec. Hey there, buddy. There's our first place person right there.
That's awesome.
And then in third place, we have Ron McCohen from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania, who is 6-1 plus 498. So a very close battle in the first day. We have 3 players within 100 points of each other in spread. Just to follow up real quick, Kevin Fraley is in 4th position, and Rafi Stern, an early favorite as well, in 5th position at 6-1 plus 374.
Well, that's super exciting. So that covers Division 1. Now we've got Alec right here.
Alex right here.
Alex, do you want to lean in over
Lean in
Mike's
a
shoulder and just wave to everybody?
Just wave to the cameras.
Here, you got to lean in.
Lean in, right here, right here.
Yeah, get in between us.
That's our first place person right there.
And here, come back. How does it feel to be in first place?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've never been on
Hey, listen, I'm just asking how you feel. Are you feeling good, strong, nervous, feel like this is temporary? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm feeling stoked.
Awesome. I would be too. Listen, nice to meet you.
Great job on day 1, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Good job, okay?
Okay, so that is Division 1.
Division 1's good.
What are we going to next, Mike?
Division 2, which is very tight, actually, in the top 3. We have Robin Lewis and Katya Ledzen. Katya actually wrote a book about Scrabble. I think it's called "I Just Grew Out My Bangs." Yes. Yes, Katya wrote a book about beating cancer and playing Scrabble during it. Katya, I played her actually 2 years ago in Charlotte at an early bird. Beat her, shockingly. Very good player. Robin and Katya are tied with 7 wins, 0 losses.
Wow.
But the spread difference is only about 150 points. Robin Lewis is in first place with 463, positive spread. Katya Ledzen in second with plus 276. However, our third place person right now is Wes Eddings, who is 6-1 plus 690. So Wes can jump ahead if he wins a couple more games in Division 2.
That's amazing. All right, well, so that's Division 2. Let's go to Division 3. Division 3 is the division that I would have been playing in, that I've played in 4 times, and I actually had a surprise cash last year in 9th place.
Whoa, you could win money
place.
playing Scrabble? I would never.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. All right, where are we at with Division 3? I want to see if I know anybody
Division 3
here.
is even closer. We have Jack Peters from Waltham, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston, 7-0 plus 967. And we have a school Scrabble player right next to him, Cooper Komatsu from Los Angeles, 7-0 plus 802. That is a 165-point difference. Very, very close. And then we have Diane Wienerman from Annapolis, Minnesota, 6-1 plus 488. She's also in it, very close.
Fantastic.
Oh, actually, one more person real quick to look at. We have Rachel Gillette, one of my friends from Division 4. From Las Vegas. Oh, well, she now is from Colorado.
Yeah,
6-1.
Colorado.
She had a 100-point play. Played squares against me in Las Vegas. Great player. Great player. Happy to see her in 4th place.
You know what's weird is I met Rachel in Vegas, too, in 2013.
That's where I met her, yes.
Oh, but we didn't meet.
I know, right? Well, we're friends now. It's all good.
And hi, Rachel. Rachel's
hi, Rachel.
The best.
Love you, honey.
Okay, let's go to Division 4.
Which is where I played for quite some time before switching over to Collins. Division 4. Ooh, we got a battle for Division 4. Top 3 are all 6-1. Mary Logulo, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, from Westminster, Colorado, is 6-1 plus 515. Just 25 points behind is Lila Crotty's daughter, Lila, who created the Crescent City Cup with Kate Connolly. Lindsay Barra is in second, 6-1 plus 490, just 25 points off the lead. Lindsay is doing very well in D4.
Amazing.
She wanted to play Collins Light, but wanted the challenge of being the top seed. I spoke to her earlier today, and of course she's doing everything great on that. Not too far behind is Diane Kerner from Beverly Hills, who is 6-1 plus 202. Not too far behind that as well, we have Benjamin Ansell, who is Zach Ansell's brother. Zach Gincel was on Jimmy Kimmel Live. He's in D3, top 10. Benjamin is in 5th place, 5-2 plus 449.
Nice.
It's dad.
Yeah, that's what
Dad.
I thought. It's his dad.
Sorry.
Yeah. But that's all right.
I can feel the
There are a
pain.
lot of Ancels running around.
I can feel the pink
It's
slip
tough
coming right now.
It's tough to keep track of them. Okay, so now let's get over to the big dictionary.
The International Dictionary.
The International Dictionary.
The one
Now,
that has many words.
how many more words does the International Dictionary have?
Approximately 100,000, but clearly I haven't learned all of them yet. Clearly.
Now, before we get into this, why Collins? Why the International Dictionary? Why did you make the switch, Mike?
So I switched in 2015 at the first, my Crescent City Cup, my third Crescent City Cup. First thought was it's a 5-point challenge versus a double challenge where if you challenge someone in TWL and you get it wrong, you lose your turn.
So the rules are a little bit different.
Rightio. I feel like I wanted to play more of an international lexicon. I definitely wanted to pursue possibly playing internationally someday. A lot of my friends were playing Collins. So kind of like the mom, like if your friends would jump off the bridge, would you do it too? So yes, I jumped off the bridge into Collins, into the Lake of Collins, if you will.
And you've enjoyed it.
Oh, I've loved it, even though I'm god awful at Scrabble sometimes. Let me tell you. But Collins has been a lot of fun. We have the Collins 2 division for the first time. In
Absolutely.
NASPA
And
history.
we'll get right into those standings. What I was going to say is what's interesting is some people feel like, oh, well, we've got a split in lexicons here. But it's also this, like, amazing kind of separate community. Like, we're one big family, but then there's this Collins subset, and who all seem to have a lot of fun together. I was out last night, and it was almost all Collins people. We were watching some live jazz.
Yes. Fretzels, I think it was called?
Yeah, Fritzels.
Fritzels, yes.
Fritzels. So, anyway,
Yes.
I think it's awesome.
We're all in this together, as the great High School Musical once said. That's a great classic movie of cinematic history. We're all in this together. But
Zac Efron, right?
Zac Efron.
That guy is hot. All right. So,
Okay, then. So we're going into the Collins 1 division now. The big favorite was, of course, Dave Wiegand,
Yes.
who was 140 rating points above the second-seeded player, Evans Clinchy.
and now he is the odds-on favorite because what are his major accomplishments?
He's done everything.
He's won a North American Championship and a Worlds?
I do not believe he's won Worlds. I believe
Maybe
he's
it's
missing that yet.
coming. It's coming.
But Dave Wiegand has also won his last 6 events.
Oh, wow.
He's come in first place. He came in first place in the Niagara Falls.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did very good, but he is not in our top 10 right now. Dave Wiegand had a very poor afternoon, unfortunately.
Okay.
Scrolling down here to Dave, he is in 14th with 4-3 plus 296. But Dave is only in 14th place. It's not that far behind. In fact, we actually have a tie for 12th place. That's really weird. Same win-loss record and same spread for Jeff Devnott and Scott Jackson. I've never seen that really that often.
Okay, there you
But
go.
Dave,
All right, let's
plenty
move to the
left.
top 3.
Top
Where
three.
are we at?
In Collins 1, we have Carmel Dodd from Australia in first place, 6-1 plus 397. But her fellow Australian, just 6 points behind, is John Holgate, 6-1 plus 391. 6 points, Josh. That is
Wow.
1 2-letter play, possibly.
That's right. I was going to say it's 1 tile difference, but I don't think there's a 6-point tile.
We also have in third place, we have Joey Kraftchick, Joey the K.
Joey the K.
Joey the K. He is 6-1 plus 303, so within 100 points of Carmel and John. Also at 6-1 is Chris Lipe from St. Louis. Chris Lipe, who finished runner-up in Worlds 2014 against Craig Beavers.
Right.
My Little Pony famous, all that good stuff. We have a fan for Carmel in the chat room I just see there. I also, rounding our top 5 is Mr. Tim Weiss from Jersey City, who is 5-2 plus 534. So very tight. And, of course, can't forget Evans Clinchy, our number 2 seed, who's in 6th position, 5-2 plus 315. Very tight battle in the top 6. For
Absolutely.
Sure.
I had a great interview with Evans at a couple weeks ago in Albany.
Quite a character, that Evans Clinchy.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go to CSW2, as you call it.
Or as I call it, my division. Yes. I mean, let's see. Okay, so in first place is not Mike Gincel. I mean, it's Caroline Polak-Scowcroft from Australia. What's with the Australians? They're winning CSW right now.
Amazing.
I mean, Hugh Jackman and Olivia Newton-John would be shedding tears right now. Caroline is 6-1 plus 317. Fun fact, I actually beat Caroline in Reno, so hopefully that will rub off for tomorrow when I play her. Shauna Petrie, 5-2.
Shauna.
Canada, 5-2 plus 478. Played her in round 1, lost by 220, and there's a reason why. She's a good player. And Lila Crotty, the godmother of the Crescent City Cup, as I call her, from right here in Louisiana, 5-2 plus 383. Lila's actually right over there. I see her with Lindsay, her daughter, Austin, a lot of other people there hanging out.
So we have 2 Crotties in the top on the leaderboard.
Another quick thing to note. We have an 11-year-old player by the name of Cherish Amby Oklo from Sugar Land, Texas. Very sweet player, very nice. She was rated a little bit lower, more towards my area. She's right now in 6th place, 5-2 minus 77. And then I know everybody's wondering what Mike Gincel's doing. Well, I'm in 22nd, which is yeah, it's last. Okay, so 1 and 6 minus 584. But hey, I mean,
listen, there's a
better
lot
than last year.
There's a lot of time left. We've all had ups and downs.
Several downs.
I predict a much higher finish than last place.
Oh, definitely. That's the goal is basically not last
before the end. So those are the standings, and
we're gonna have new names tomorrow, possibly. Very new names, could be a very different leaderboard.
I imagine that will happen, and we'll keep our eyes on really the 2 biggest fish in the pond. That would be Nigel and Dave,
and me,
and you.
I'm just kidding. This is
right.
Terrible. It's not about you. Alrighty.
Listen, not all the jokes are going to fly. When you were talking about the Australians, it took me a second, but then I was going to be like, oh yeah, I'm excited down under. But then I felt that doesn't sound appropriate. So what we're going to do now is
I'm going to say bye.
And we are going to move on to our feature interview. I see him coming down. It's the big man himself, the one who is running the show. I want to give a warm welcome to the one and only Art Moore. Art,
who?
Come on down.
Oh, it's this guy.
So you're out of here, and
bye.
Art's coming in.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. See you.
Art, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a long, busy day, but it's exciting. It's great to see a room full of people playing Scrabble and being able to facilitate.
Absolutely. I am also a Scrabble director, but being a Scrabble director is one thing, folks, and I've always felt like the type of person who brings people together. But what we're talking about here is a very large event. A lot of people, a lot of moving parts. It's really the organization, the management, the discipline. That's what's going to make a great event. How do you think it's going so far, Art?
It's going quite well. We had a great team setting up. I have a great team on the floor. So lets me go and do my administrative tasks. Things are going quite well. I'm getting very positive reviews from the players. So I'm happy where we are. I'm having a great time with this.
That's fantastic. And this is the first nationals that you're organizing. You are taking over for Dallas Johnson, who ran, was it 5 of these?
He ran 4 of them.
4 of them. And Dallas did a fantastic job. Now the torch has been passed. So, couple of questions. One, what is the approach going forward? Do you feel like you're now bringing your stamp onto the event? Do you feel like there's a kind of personal filter that the individual director stamps that event with?
There is. It's not quite as prominent as I'd like it to be, but this is the first year. There's a lot to learn, a lot to understand. So I was content with keeping things as is until next year when I have more ideas. I have, the team is behind it. So I think when we get to Buffalo next year, we're going to have a lot more fun, and do things a little differently. So it's going to be great.
Fantastic. Well, I was super excited to take part in this is the first national that I've had any kind of official role. So taking part in the staff meeting was super cool. That happened yesterday. And what I'm amazed by is sort of what you're taking care of from the top high-level stuff all the way down to, can you confirm this for me, that before our broadcast, you were literally standing on these chairs that we're sitting on, lowering this sign. Is that true?
The reason why you can see the sign is because I reached up there to get the height lower to where it's visible. So along with organizing, I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty and do what needs to be done.
It's all about the details, right?
Absolutely.
Take care of the details, and then the big picture works out for itself. Do you think that's true? Is that a saying? I don't know. Don't sweat the small stuff. It's all
small stuff.
Is that something?
No, there's a lot of
I
big
don't
stuff.
know what applies here exactly, but what I know is we've got an event with how many people? How many players?
369, I believe, was the last number I saw.
Okay, and staff number?
Staff number is 23.
Okay, so if I do that math, it's about 492. I think that's right. No, 392. I'm going to pretend that was a joke. 392 people that are basically within the organization chart of this guy, and I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, let's add on the wonderful staff at the hotel who's at my command, it seems. When I need something, they're Johnny on the spot. So the 396, it might be closer to the 420. One.
Now, I'm going to ask you to say a few words about who I'm guessing is your favorite staff member. You're a very important person to the staff, the assistant to the director. Can you give me a little bit of a rundown of what's going on there?
Boy, oh boy. As much as I get credit, she's actually the engine that makes all this go. As I told everyone on the staff at the staff meeting, if you want to know what needs to be done, ask me. If you want to know where something is, ask her.
And tell me who her is. Yeah, let's go.
She is the lovely Diane Moore. She's my wife of 11 years. When I was approached about taking over for Nationals, I was initially reluctant, wanted to think it over. She was chomping at the bit. She had already decided before I could think about it that, yes, we're going to do this. Without her support, we couldn't do this. So as much as I get credit for it, she really deserves at least that much, if not more.
I love the fact that not only is everybody who's in attendance here part of a larger Scrabble family, but that the family comes right home to how the event is organized. And I think it's fantastic. And I couldn't be happier to be here. I couldn't be happier to be on your team. And, I'm just looking forward to another 4 days of Scrabble fun, and then I'll be counting down the days to Buffalo.
Absolutely, and I'm excited that we have the social media presence we do this year. I feel like it's really going to help us reach out. For one, it helps us engage the players who can't be here. And those who don't understand Scrabble or know why we do this, it gives them a better idea, and we hope to see them part of the family as well.
Absolutely, because even though we will cover players who are playing Scrabble at the highest level that you could imagine, there's a reason that there are almost 400 players here, and that's because everybody has a good time. The motto of NASPA is making words, building friendships, and I'm a big believer in both halves of that motto. And certainly, once you get into this family, it is, really tough to get out. So what I was going to ask you was, can you reflect? Look, you were a player before you were a director. Then you directed a division. Now you're the director of the whole thing. Like, what brought you to Scrabble in the first place?
Scrabble is my mother's favorite game, so I played Scrabble nonstop as a child, and growing up all through my teens and everywhere. As I got older and life got in the way, I put Scrabble to the back burner. But once a little more time freed up and I could focus on it, I said, okay, I'm going to join the club. I joined the club, I played a tournament, and I was hooked. Initially, it was competition. But after a few years of that, I stepped back and realized the social aspect here is amazing. And yes, we come here to compete, but it's also a great time once a year to see people we haven't seen in a long time. And yeah, we really are family around here, and it's great to renew those bonds each year.
Fantastic. Well, listen, Art, I want to thank you for your time. I know you're a super busy man. And this was great. And this is going to wrap up the the premiere episode of NASPA Tonight. But we'll be back every night after the full day of play. So we've got 3 more of these. And we'll be coming to you with all kinds of live interviews. If this is being played on a few different Facebook pages. But the main site if you want to see all the social media coverage, is the NASPA Scrabble Facebook page. You go to Facebook, you type in the search NASPA, N-A-S-P-A. You can read it over art right there, NASPA Scrabble. You will find the page. Like that page, and you'll see all the social media coverage, all the fun, all the action. And I don't have anything else to say other than thanks very much. And this is awesome.
Thank you, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Is this thing still on?